Have you ever stopped and thought why empires fall? Not just because of wars or politics, but because people lose trust in their money. Every great empire in history believed their currency would last forever, whether it was Rome, the British Empire, or even modern America. But time and again, history has shown that paper money is fragile and the real power always lies in things that hold intrinsic value, like gold, silver, land, and knowledge. When the Roman Empire was collapsing, the government reduced the silver content in coins thinking nobody would notice, but over time the people realized that their money was worth less, and less slowly trust eroded, and markets started failing, and when the French Revolution hit, it became obvious to everyone that no matter how strong or large a government is, if the money is fake, everything else collapses behind every economic collapse. There is a clear pattern. First, rulers print excessive money, then inflation rises. Ordinary citizens start hoarding essentials. Food grains and goods become scarce and expensive, and finally the entire system collapses under the weight of its own artificial wealth. Even in the modern world, this pattern repeats itself, whether it was the Great Depression of 1929, when the stock market crashed, wiping out millions of savings, or the 2008 financial crisis, when banks failed and economies teetered on the edge. Every time trust in the market dies, and a new system emerges after every crash. New people introduce new rules, new financial structures, but the winners are always those who learn from the mistakes of the past and invest in real assets that cannot be fabricated or destroyed. Now the question arises, what will survive the next collapse if history is any guide? Only one type of wealth survives real value. Things you can touch or use. Gold, silver, land, and most importantly, knowledge. These have been the constants across centuries. People trusted digital money thinking it was safe. But when banks closed during financial panics, everyone realized that the numbers on a screen were just illusions. Real assets retained their value, just like during the Byzantine Empire, when people relied on gold to trade wealth. Today, real value is still something that cannot be printed, controlled, or destroyed. When systems fail, the truth becomes undeniable. Governments try to protect their currencies with new rules and regulations, but history proves that trust cannot be created artificially. It has to be inherent in the currency itself. Have you ever thought about why every empire collapses alongside its currency? Because when money becomes fake, the rulers themselves start losing credibility. That is why, today when the global economy is trapped under the weight of recession, inflation, and growing debt, it is crucial to understand that survival belongs to those with real knowledge and tangible value. Paper money is just a promise, and promises only work as long as trust is alive. Imagine waking up tomorrow and discovering that your savings have lost half their value. Will you be ready when the system shakes? The weak fall first, and the strong. Endure history shows that after every collapse, a new empire is born, with new leaders, new rules, and new opportunities. But only those who learn from past mistakes truly succeed. Just like Byzantium rose from the ashes of Rome, and the Ottoman Empire thrived after centuries of change. And after France's revolutions, modern Europe created stronger trade and financial systems. Today, we live in a digital empire where money exists mostly on servers controlled by a handful of people. This system works as long as people continue to trust it. But when that trust breaks, a new empire will emerge, and perhaps it will be yours. That is why investing in knowledge, recognizing your value, and preparing for financial turbulence is critical. When money fails, only what is real survives, and real assets are not just gold, silver, and land. They include your skills, education, and financial literacy. If you understand which assets will preserve value and which are illusions, you can protect yourself and your family through any crisis. Share and subscribe to XBR Finance, where we explore the stories hidden behind money and reveal the truths every empire has tried to hide. We analyze how people survived every economic collapse and show how you too can navigate financial storms. This is not just history, it is a roadmap, teaching the real role of gold and silver, how land and real estate protect wealth, and how knowledge strengthens you. Long-term digital currencies and banking illusions may seem secure, but true security comes from understanding real value, investing wisely, and preparing for the unexpected. When paper fails and markets collapse, only those with tangible assets survive after every collapse. New leaders and new rules emerge, but only those who learn and act wisely win. This script is not only a warning, but a guide to empower you to take control of your money and your future and multiply your wealth and knowledge. Study the collapse of empires, the history of money. Understand economic collapse patterns, learn from the Great Depression and financial crises, grasp the importance of real value and why gold and silver matter, monitor survival after collapse, and global economy trends. And by following XBR Finance, you can apply these historical lessons to modern finance, preparing you to not just survive, but thrive in any economic storm. This script takes you on a journey from the Roman Empire to modern digital finance, showing how real assets and knowledge have consistently been the safest form of wealth, and why understanding the patterns of collapse is your key to financial freedom. So make sure to share and subscribe and join us at XBR Finance to learn how to safeguard your future and build lasting wealth through the lessons history has hidden in plain sight, from economic collapse to real value, from gold and silver to survival after collapse. We cover it all to make sure you are ready for the next financial storm.